However, this next level has an even more interesting history.
Alright guys, what it do? It's the dude JUxTWO! Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Today, we back with Geometry Dash Man. Now guys, as you guys saw in the title, we're not even gonna be in the game today, so let's exit out of the air. So as you guys can see, we aren't even gonna be in the game today. Today we actually are gonna be doing a reaction. As you guys saw in the title, we are gonna be reacting to the longest verifications in Geometry Dash. Now for the uneducated people out there, if you don't know what a verification is, verifications are how long it takes somebody to verify a level. When you post a level on Geometry Dash, you actually have to prove that it's able to be beaten. Verifications can take from like a week up to a year depending on how hard the level is. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to the longest verification, so these can take up to a year plus for the hardest levels in the game. Make sure you guys subscribe to Secret Way. He posts informational GD content, and we are going to be reacting to a couple of his videos, so make sure you guys go show some love to him. But if y'all already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments, but let's get it!
Throughout the history of Geometry Dash, there have been many levels that broke the boundary of what was once possible in such a simple game, many players shocking the player base countless of times and shaping the history of the game into what it is today with the endless selection of great levels. However, a select few of these levels took abnormally long to verify. In fact, some of them took almost an entire decade, whether it was due to the...
Guys, the issue with like the verifications in this game is that sometimes the levels seem so like far ahead of its time that it's looked at as impossible, so some people give it up, but then they'll come back to it and beat it in the future. That's just what I think is so cool about it.
Or drama in the community. Today, we're going over 4 of the best examples. This is the longest verifications in Geometry Dash.
You already know. Let's go. Are y'all ready for this? Longest verifications in Geometry Dash. Let's get it.
Bloodlust is up there with one of the most well-known levels in the game due to things like Noble Boy's iconic reactions and the sheer history of this level. However, it all started when Manix648 was inspired by the idea of creating a 2.0.
Let me know in the comments. Should I beat Bloodbath? For my first Extreme Demon, should I work to it? I mean, I don't know how long that would take me, guys, because I'm not that good, but should I do it for a video? Let me know.
A remake of the level Bloodbath. On March 28th, 2016, Manix released the first official preview of the level, showcasing the level with a video simply titled ...
Okay. So he just posted that. Yeah, so I think Bloodlust is just an exact remix, right?
A week later, on April 6, 2016, Manix released a second preview showcasing even more gameplay and even an extremely difficult swing copter section at its time, inspired by Heinz Hart and Yatagras. And after many more
the fact that people can use a real swing copter
on the level, on May 24th, 2016, Bloodlust was essentially finished, and so a player named Kosar started practicing the level. He explained in a video that he had final exams and advanced placement exams, and unfortunately, his hand got severely hurt from playing too much Geometry Dash, which resulted in him consistently taking breaks from the game. The stretch took such a toll on him that on August 16th, 2016, Kosar officially quit Geometry Dash. After Kosar quit Bloodlust, Manix looked for a new verifier, and ultimately he chose Noble Boy. Although many people had doubts with Noble Boy that he couldn't verify the level, as his recent hardest was Bloodbath, which was an enormous gap in terms of difficulty compared to Bloodlust. However, Noble Boy proved many people wrong when he got a record of 65 to 92% within only a week. Noble Boy ended up getting slightly sidetracked after that he had to take a break from Bloodlust and continue his progress in 2017. In March of that year, Noble Boy got a record of 68%, making it to the extension, later getting a record of 18 to 85%, followed by a break. But only
another
break. Later,
yo, y'all are always taking breaks.
6%, completing over 3/4 of the level. 5 days after the new record, Noble Boy got what is still till this day known as the worst fail in Geometry Dash history.
I don't know about this. Did he die in 99? Are you serious?
Dude, what the fuck? Really? Oh, you fuck.
Dying at 98% demoralized him, and even after that, he later crashed at 97%, followed by another fail at 97%. He would then announce on Twitter that he got 91% twice and another fail at 96%. The title of beating the hardest level in the game was so close yet so far. The community was split between two sides.
I would have actually broke something.
Was supporting Noble Boy and
wait till y'all see my skeletal shenanigans video. I still can't believe I beat that level.
It was taking far too long to verify Bloodlust, and they wanted a new verifier.
And that level was like easy
February
cleared
8th,
this?
2018, 635 days since the level was finished, a
This
player
level
known
just
as
looks
Crazy
gross,
started
just watching
practicing
it.
Bloodlust 2, quickly completing the 67 to 100% extension. The next day,
Okay.
Crazy achieved 52% and even revealed why he started practicing Bloodlust. He claimed Nobleboy was taking too long to verify the level and that he
What?
could do it himself. His reasoning was that Nobleboy stole Fusion Z from Manix and now he could steal Bloodlust from him as payback. This again
What?
split the
That's
community into
crazy.
two sides. The people who were on Nobleboy's
Yeah.
side and disagreed with Crazen's
I don't know,
actions,
right
and the
now, I'm not
other
gonna lie,
who
I'm on
agreed with
Nobleboy's
Crazen
side, bro.
that
He started the
Nobleboy
level,
was
he gotta
taking
beat
too
it.
long and that he should be replaced. However, Crazen eventually apologized for the whole incident and dropped Bloodlust,
Alright.
leaving Nobleboy to verify the level. And finally,
That would've been a
after
good little competition,
637
some
days since the
motivation.
level was finished and over 121,000 attempts, on February 20th, 2018,
121,000
Nobleboy finally
attempts.
achieved the impossible.
Insane. Yo, this just looks crazy. Bro, I know he's there. I know his heartbeat. It's going up. Imagine he died on the spike. That would have been amazing. No, it wouldn't have been amazing. That would have been hilarious, though. Yo, look at him, bro. You can hear it. Insane, man.
However, a verification
121,000
taking
attempts.
637 days doesn't at all compare to this next level. Blade of Justice is a spiritual successor of the Extreme
What
Demon
is
of Bizarre
this?
Phantasm. The level was first previewed on June 17th of 2016
This
and
level
is
already
assumed
looks
to be
crazy.
finished around November 5th. It was a collaboration by Manic648, Laser Blitz, and
Okay.
Nobleboy, and it would start out as a
So-
very
oh,
clear
it's a
contender for the
collab.
#1 spot on the Demon list, while also being an impressively beautiful
See,
level.
that's
It
the
took
goal.
both
You gotta make a
difficulty
good
and
level and it
decoration
be
to the
top one.
extreme, making it one of the most hyped levels at the time. The level was considered to be even harder than Bloodlust, and it went through many verifiers like Quantum, whose recordings were unfortunately lost at the time. After that, the level would be
what?
passed on to Dole Kiki, who made
This is
some really good
crazy. I don't
progress,
get how
achieving
people pick up
80
these
to
levels. Like,
100
there's
and
like
an 18%
crazy
from
players like
0.
join through,
However,
they
he
just
quickly noticed
get
that it was taking
recruited
too
to
much time,
verify
and in
levels.
order to not affect his grades, Dole Kiki decided he would get someone else to verify the level. Trusta would then pick up this level, causing quite an uproar in the community as he was known to nerf levels when verifying them, with an example being Yanagrasu. But he was still able to get 49 to 93 and 45%
So he
from
nursed
0 on a version
Yanagrasu.
that
I'm pretty sure
was
that was the
easier than
top
Kiki's,
one.
but still projected to be top 1. But even with all that, Trusta would drop the level after only a few progress videos. The
Damn.
next person to attempt the level was the best player in the game at the time, Sunix, but lag issues
Sunix.
demotivated him from continuing
Let's
the level
see.
before he made any
He don't got nothing on Zoink, though.
player named Camby, but he would also quickly drop the level.
Yo, shout out
is
to
where
this guy. This
Rico
video
LP
is so
comes
good.
in. He had
So
already
informational.
been practicing Blade of Justice unofficially, and as a new verifier was needed,
This level
Rico
looks
decided
crazy,
it
guys,
was
I'm not
his
gonna
time
lie.
to shine, getting quite promising
Also
runs
rare
like
you see a
35
blue
to
top one.
100. However, Manic started to get really impatient as the level had already gone through 7 verifiers and taken way over a year without being verified. Manix ordered Rico to strongly nerf the level. This version of Blade of Justice was verified by Rico and was placed in the 23rd spot on the Demon list on July 5th, 2017,
That
which was a
sucks.
huge
He
disappointment to
nerfed
the
it
top
just so
1
it
level
wouldn't
it
get
could have been.
verified.
However, the unnerfed version of the level still wasn't verified and people didn't give
Damn.
up trying. Like the player most definitely Albert, for example, he stated that
This
a
is
random
crazy.
thought suddenly hit him while he was going to school to see if anyone had actually verified the
So he's gonna
unnerfed version
verify it?
of Blade of Justice. And so he decided to give it a shot. After
This is crazy.
68,000 attempts and
He beat it in
2,678 days
68,000
since the
attempts?
original level was considered finished, and almost 8 years on March
This is
6th,
crazy.
2024.
So he did beat it.
Yes!
Yo, that's crazy.
Holy shit! Oh my
Look
god!
at his heart
I got
rate.
to the UFO 3 fucking times in a row.
Oh, yep, burp that out
What
for
the
me.
fuck?
Okay, yep, burp that out for me. Let's go.
And although this was the unnerfed version, Albert
Yo,
stated that it would most likely
you can
place
see he
around
did not think he
29th
was gonna
to
get that.
39th spot on the Demon list, showing just how many Geometry Dash players have evolved over the years. However, this next level has an even more interesting history. The level Silent Club is an impossible solo
Silent Club's
extreme
that-
demon created by Play, who hacked, verified, and published the level on
Crazy.
April 1st, 2014. Funnily enough, the level was actually rated by RobTop, but it sparked controversy for its brutal brutal difficulty, as only a few
crazy.
players could get more than 10%, with the world record being held by a player named Crack, who got 15%. Despite the level losing its rating
that's
due to a
crazy.
supposed secret way, people still
So why did
continued
he
to attempt
verify
it,
if
like
it was
Zogrix,
hacked?
who did 52 to 100, claiming it would not even be hard. A peculiar player named Darksari with an even more peculiar intro
Okay.
would later raise
that's
the world
funny.
record from 15% to 23% on May 30th,
That's actually really
2015.
funny.
Then Riot would be the first person to
Alright.
complete the first spam legitimately on stream. But even
Riot,
with all those
he's the
runs,
creator of
level
Bloodbath,
faded
right?
into obscurity
I
as
don't know, he
other
was actually
levels
crazy
came
at
to
the
shift
game.
the attention away from Silent Club. However, 2 years later, on December 13th, 2017, a player named Senior
This looks-
Geister
oh my
achieved
gosh,
an
this game
unbelievable
is just
45% run, but it sorta went unnoticed, as in the same year, a player named Super X created a nerfed version of Silent Club by replacing the spam part with an easy straight fly, and this version was beaten by many players such as Sunix. However, one
is
player
crazy.
still wasn't done with the unnerfed version, and on October 29th, 2020, over 2,000
What's up with videos being so impossible they get nerfed to being insanely hard, but just possible?
Unnerfed version with only around 15,000 attempts.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh my god.
The subtitles are killing me. Why is he changing the inhale, exhale?
This final level might actually
GGs.
be the longest verification of this list, having one of the most mysterious pasts in the game's history. The level Silent Clubstep is the
is
hardest
crazy.
verified silent level, which was once the hardest verified level in
Silent
the game, taking the
Clubstep.
verifier 138,000 attempts. However,
Insane.
the history of this level dates back to update 1.8, which was all the
Oh
way
my
back
gosh,
in
just look at that
2014, and it
straight fly.
eventually finished sometime around January 9th, 2015.
Gross.
Inspired by the previous level on this list, Silent Club, it was created and
how
hack
hard that
verified by a
flying
player
was.
named Salem. However, since it was hacked at the time, RobTop quickly removed the level's rating. The following years had seen players who
Yo.
attempted to make
So you
progress
figured
on
out
the
it was-
old version of Silent Clubstep, all
that's
while it
crazy.
was still deemed to be borderline impossible. One of the players that
Jeez.
still
Now
gave
there's
the
harder
level a
levels
chance,
than that.
however, was Earthrex, who got
That's just
7%
crazy.
on June 8th, 2018, setting a new world record at the time. And then another
That's really
player
the
named
was a world
Error had
record?
beaten the level in practice mode
was
in
really
under
the
200 attempts, while also getting a new world record
That's
in normal
crazy.
mode with 8% on March 29, 2020, beating both the practice run and
Bro, that
normal run world records. proving
straight
to the
fly,
community
literally the
that
straight fly
level that
doom.
was once thought to be impossible could eventually be beaten. After all these and many other
is
world
crazy.
records were achieved, a player named Iced Cave contacted the original creator in 2020 to
Okay.
update the level by nerfing many parts, like the 8 jumps of hell from 144 frame perfect jumps to 60 frame
What?
perfect jumps, as well as a bug fixing a majority of the gameplay due to the 2.1
This
physics
is
being much
crazy.
different from the 1.8 physics. This so-called fixed version was uploaded on June 8th, 2020,
Okay.
and so it pushed a player named
Did he still
Vision
beat
to
it,
start
though?
practicing the level. It quickly
this level
turned
got
into a
updated and
verification
changed
race
up a
with
lot.
many players trying their hardest to be the first victor and ultimate verifier of the level. And 2 years after Vision started verifying the level, it was finally verified, but not by Vision. It was by
What?
a player named Paga who had taken much less time and a significantly lower attempt count
So
of
he
only
basically, so he's that.
138,000.
My fault. I'm stating the obvious, man. Telling the truth. What is he doing? No shot, he beats it, right? This is so intense. I don't know why it's so intense to me.
I verified it!
Oh my god.
What?
There's music setting the tone.
Yeah!
No shot. Yo, there has to be an unreal feeling. Because just beating
Paga
the
had
level
become the
itself
official
makes you feel
verifier of
insane.
Silent Clubstep on July 17th, 2022, over
Crazy.
2,748
Best player in the game, and that's
days
facts.
since the level was supposedly finished, making it possibly one of the longest verifications in Geometry Dash
This
history.
is crazy, guys. I gotta stop recording. That's it? Video just turned off just like that? Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to react to down in the comments. Let me know what else y'all want me to play. What other levels y'all want to see me play. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, God is always with you. Peace!